Hello everybody, Brad Johnson here. Happy 2017. And of course, in this video, we're going to be reflecting on that, 2017, and integrating the fourth density energies. So as talked about, even within about past half a year, about 2017, relating to that of the year of connection. So really, numerologically, we're looking at the 2017 as a number 1 year on a numerological level. So this is really helping to bring about connection, really helping to bring in integration, really being able to expand ourselves in this year. 2016 definitely felt like, kind of a cross in between expansion and contraction in that particular way. It feels like just energetically, as we're starting the new year, that we're moving more into an expansive year. So things are going to start coming together. And again, just being able to see these cords, these tethers, now starting to interlock, to interlink, to interweave, and harmonize themselves as we move more into this year of connection. So as we're looking into 2017, we're seeing a lot of changes afoot. So we're seeing a lot of people coming together, so a lot of unity. We're seeing cooperation. Rather, we're going to be seeing cooperation. We're seeing new concepts. And of course, we're going to be seeing more continual exposure. More revealing. Perhaps even an aspect of disclosure. Doesn't always mean extraterrestrial, but that can relate to the idea of more information, more of what has been withheld. There could be a very large possibility of us understanding more about Antarctica this year, either 2017 or possibly even 2018, as Antarctica represents Atlantis. So that is basically right now on the cusp. It's kind of like on the deciding board of the collective. Should we tell them more about Atlantis? Should we tell them more about Antarctica? Should a lot of this information be brought out into the open? But of course, what is also very important to integrate is fourth density energy. Now, my own personal experience, especially within the past couple of days, has related to feeling a lot more spacious, in the best way I can put it. There's just a time where you feel you're at ease, and you're getting a sense that the energies within your space are becoming a lot more available. There's just a very strong spaciousness. It's at a point where you don't feel so confined anymore. You're able to really just kind of stretch your hands out, stretch out your wings in that way as well too, and just feel like you have this space. You have this intuitive connection. You feel a lot more emotionally stable. You feel a lot more, in that way also, emotionally free. And so it feels like the fourth density energies, from my own perspective anyways, from my own reality, are feeling like they're bubbling up a lot more. It feels like there's a lot more of a granting, a stretching of the grids, I guess I could say also, rather than just looking at something spacious. So if we have here a common grid that we could say is third density, and basically what I feel is happening is we're experiencing something like this, kind of wavy grid lines in that way. So it feels like something is expanding. It feels like we're going through an expansive wave where our grid is now starting to feel. It's almost like that feeling where we just know that everything around us, even in the physical, just feels malleable. It's just at this point where you feel you can just put your hand into something solid, and just having that feeling that you could just push right through the solid energy. That's kind of the feeling, or the solid matter, I should say. That's more of the feeling in regards to this feeling of spaciousness. This idea that the grid is getting more wavy, is getting more wobbly, Doesn't mean you'll actually be able to push your hand into the solidity, but it's just a feeling that you could. It just feels that everything is a lot more malleable. It's a lot more bendable. 2017, we're playing with reality Play-Doh a lot more, rather than feeling that everything's just so solid and so confined. But of course, that is a subjective reality perspective, because there still are some people who feel very, very confined. And again, it's going back to that old analogy that you're on a roller coaster, and you can either be waving your hands up in excitement, or you can be scared to death and feeling that you're being more and more confined. You're being pushed into a very tight cubicle closet, and you feel like you can't breathe because you're not letting yourself expand. You're not letting yourself deal with the situations of emotions that are coming up and saying, just let us know that you're listening. Let us share ourselves with you. Let us come together and let us be released. As I start to work with the emotions, I start to feel better. So a lot of people are really feeling that kind of urgency as it pertains to just letting everything out, to just letting everything unwind. But again, we're going to be going through more intense experiences. 2017 is not going to be a year that is going to be devoid of intense experiences. There are going to be some speed bumps, definitely, as well, too. It does get intense more and more each year that we progress, from 2016 to 2024. These, again, represent the expansive 9 years of that span of change. And so we're going to see a lot of things rooted out. We're going to pick up a lot of baggage and look deeply into these bags and saying, what's happened here? What has been kept from our eyes? So, again, working with the fourth density energy is being able to spend more self-liberating time with yourself. That's the most important time. Let yourself spend time with yourself. It's the key here. The more that you're able to do that, the more that you're able to feel these emotions come up, just sit in a space. Just relax yourself. Move less into an environment that holds a great deal of distraction for you. If you feel that you're being overwhelmed by a million things at once, start cutting back on all of those particular demands. Give yourself time to have more self-reflection. As you go more into self-reflection, you'll really feel the one energy. You'll really feel that freedom. You'll feel that connection. You'll feel that unity. You'll feel that bonding as you just start to cut back on a lot of demands, obligations, expectations that you put through yourself, and saying this needs to be met, this has to be done, etc., etc. And believe me, I can be really bad with that as well. I can really put a lot of different projects forward, and that's fine. But it's more so in the idea that even I myself am just working to just kind of take it easy, just kind of go into a state of self-reflection and just cutting back on all these feelings of really unnecessary obligations, and just float. Go somewhere beautiful, enjoy yourself, really feel good in the body. Make yourself feel that you are in good company with yourself. And that is how you integrate a lot of these fourth density energies. Start feeling wavy, start feeling like this. Get that wavy sensation going, right? Because again, as we're moving into 2017, a lot of things are going to connect. A lot of things are going to be uprooted. A lot of things are going to be exposed. A lot more people are going to be coming together, because we're still attempting to let these rogue elites, letting them know that there will be things that we will not stand for anymore. And more people are coming together, just like what we saw in Standing Rock in 2016. More of that is going to come together. And with more people starting to show up in these big droves, people in that way, all of these people showing up in these big droves, we're going to start making a statement and saying that we are in charge. We are our government. We are our politics. We are our governing force that is now starting to create a people-powered organization. It is no longer about the idea of feeling that people sit back while other aspects of the world are functioning in jeopardy. And again, this goes for everywhere. I'm not just talking about North America. I'm talking about everywhere upon the entire planet. The more that you come together, the more that you bring yourselves together when you know that there are injustices happening, and you recuperate and you bring yourself together, you start to magnetically align yourself to other people who are also just as passionate of making change as yourself. Become one with the collective, and you will see through that voyeurism, through the idea of connecting with a collective, how expansive everything is going to become. It's not about going on Facebook and typing and complaining and saying, this is happening, this is happening. Go do something about it. Put your energies together. It's good that we're informing people because people do need to be informed. But it's not just about sitting back and saying, oh, this is happening, how awful, this is a horrible year, it sucks, blah, 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 blah. That solves nothing. So really go into the deep and look into what other people are doing physically around you and start getting involved. Start involving yourself in the process. That you know you are passionate about making these changes. Start being part of the whole that is making these changes. That is how we make 2017 an incredible year of connection. So a lot of things are going to be brought into light this year. So play with the fourth density as well too. Play with those energies where you feel that the grid is getting wavy, that things are becoming much more malleable. And that happens when you start to explore yourself. Start tapping into things. Go out to nature. Go hug a tree. That's an important thing. Tap into a tree. Let the tree talk to you. Go out to a little water. Start communicating with the ocean. Start talking to animals. Just going out and making yourself one with nature. Making that connection possible. We are in such a ripe time. Such a beautiful planet right now that is just so ripe with powerful, intuitive energy. And we can tap into anything. And it's all about exploring that and making yourself one with that. And now you'll function as a true steward of the earth. You'll know exactly where you're being called. You will go into those directions. And that is functioning more as a fourth density human being. So a steward of the earth, a living librarian, a reality whisperer in that way. Any particular label is fine. But that's what you're moving more into, is as you connect more to nature, you'll feel it. You'll feel exactly where you're being called. So enjoy that process and make yourself one with the year 2017. So enjoy this incredible year. Let's make it the most incredible, amazing year yet by coming together and by connecting. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Brad Johnson. Feel free to visit my website, realitywhisperer.com, sessions, courses, the brand new light circuitry attunement, again, which is getting astonishing attention and astonishing results as well. And of course, a lot more. Thank you so much for watching, and I will speak to you again in the next video. Take care. Namaste, and may it be well with you. Goodbye.